Hello and welcome to the SEO plus AI show. My name is Josh. I've got a bone to pick, Bashinsky. Today I'm joined by our great friend of the show, George Johnson. Say hi there, George.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well, my friend. What's new with you in the SEO space?
Well, I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I will anyway. Cold calls. I decided to try my hand at myself, verbally making a phone call to somebody I don't know that has not expressed, feelings or wants for my services.
It doesn't want to talk to you in any way, shape, or form. Yes, that is indeed the problem of SEO. So, folks, if you've never seen the SEO plus AI show before, we are the finest place on the YouTubes to learn about SEO and AI and the intersection thereof. I can't think of any other industry that is going to be as well benefited as soon as SEO, because we use AI to generate and analyze everything. We have to reverse engineer and or test and or understand what Google's doing with their AIs in order to rank. If you've never seen the show before, please go ahead and like and subscribe and click the bell and smack the monkey and all the stuff you need to do down there to get notified when we go live. We go live Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific, and we have a produced show that we put those out every Friday at 10 a.m. Today's show is AHREFS is BS, the SEO tool called AHREFS. You know it. You know what it is. I'm here to tell you today that it's actually complete horse crap. It is not worth the money. It is too long in the tooth. It is completely outdated. And it is entirely a ripoff. And I have a much, much better solution, which, of course, as you could have imagined, is going to be my SEO Copilot. But whether or not you agree with the SEO Copilot part, I'm going to tell you why you don't want to use Ahrefs. It's complete BS. If you're watching live and you have any questions, you agree, disagree, you want to have a counterpoint, by all means, put it in the chat, which you should see on the right-hand side when we're live. Or you could put it in the comments below, and I will happy to address all of your critiques, your jabs, your jibes, and any honest questions that indeed you may have. So the topic is Ahrefs is BS. So I'm going to go through my top 10 reasons, and we're going to add in our own color commentary. George, by all means, my friend, if you agree, go ahead and agree. But if you disagree, you can go ahead and disagree. If you think, well, actually, it's good for this or good for that or blah, 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 this or blah, 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 that. And by all means, we'll have a good old honest discussion. And so let's get to it. Ahrefs is complete BS. It is horseshit. Let us find out why. All right. So because this is the SEO plus AI show, we use AI on a regular basis. And I want to show you just kind of a little mini tutorial of how I came up with this. These are the topics that I'm going to make. Golden keyword ratio is BS, so watch out for that in the future. Topical clusters is BS. Topical authority is BS. Pillar post is BS, and Ahrefs is BS. But I don't know which is more popular with the general SEO space, because I don't listen to the general SEO space. The general SEO space is also BS. That's another thing I can add there. The rumor mill is BS. That's another thing I should definitely add. And quite frankly, I don't listen to any of it. I don't listen to John Mueller. I don't listen to Gary Ilyish. I don't listen to Danny Sullivan after he betrayed us and moved over to Google. I don't listen to any of that. I do my own testing. I find out what the exact ranking factors are in my underground SEO university called Underground SEO University, which George is also a longtime member, probably from the very beginning. And we do our own testing and we find out what the actual ranking factors are, and we succeed and build from there. Just as a point of proving that for you here, let me share my screen very briefly. These are the recent wins that we got. I'm going to hammer the forward button to go through example after example after example after example of all the wins we got recently of people ranking from 100 all the way up to whatever it is, whatever number 8, number 9.
Top 10.
That's about 10, yeah. But it goes up from there. If you keep watching that top of that line, it gets better and better and better as we keep going. The rankings get better, and I keep clicking. We had about 182 from nowhere to page 1. And you can see here, they're ranking number 1 here already. And I've got the keyword up there so you can see what keywords they're trying to rank for, how difficult it is. Branded events, for example. That's a big head term, which they're ranking number 1. I could go on and on and on about those and show you all the crazy successes and results we're getting from SEO University and from our AI tool, SEO Copilot. You could try it for free for 2 weeks at SEOCopilotai.com, and you can also get a 10% off discount when you want to pay for it finally in the description below. However, end sales pitch, back to why Ahrefs is BS. F you, Ahrefs. I'm going to be like Kevin Hart on the Tom Brady roast. Just randomly, I'm going to say F you, Ahrefs every now and again randomly. just because my general ire and anger against the SEO industry in general and Ahrefs as a unwanted poster boy for that in particular. George, is my ranting and raving making sense thus far?
So far, I believe so.
Excellent. Good. George said it makes sense. So I will continue. Someone has egged me on. That's all I needed. It's all George's fault. So blame George for the rest of the things.
But to your point, I've been around long enough to be able to decipher anything you say.
This is true. This is true. George is kind of like the Josh whisperer. He can reinterpret all the bullcrap I'm saying, and he can put it back out there in terms you guys can understand. So, F you, Ahrefs. Okay, so Ahrefs is complete BS. So let's go back here and take a look. So I didn't know what order this should be talked about in, because again, I don't follow the general SEO industry, because the general SEO industry is complete BS and has no idea what they're talking about, which is exactly what Google wants, because they want all SEOs to fail, and Google is BS. Google wants all SEOs to fail so that we have to buy AdWords. They've literally said it out loud. You just need to find the references. And if you look at the evidence, you see that's true as well. So ChatGPT Omni here, again, we're an SEO plus AI show. So here's how I use AI. I prompted it and I said, hey, can you order them in a list of popularity? And I didn't even type it right. You don't have to even type right. So I love it. Just munge keywords in there, blah, blah, blah. And it tells you what it's going to do there. I said, yeah, here, fine. Here's the popularity. So I said, all right, this is the most popular. Then that's the one we're going to do. I said, give me the top 10 reasons why Ahrefs and their features of their tool service is complete BS. And it says, here are the top 10 reasons why some people might criticize Ahrefs and consider the features of their tool service to be inadequate or problematic. So that's what we're going to do, George. We're going to go through what ChatGPT thinks are the top 10 reasons, and we're going to see how smart is that AI? Is it right? Is it correct that this is the top 10 reasons why Ahrefs is complete BS? F you, Ahrefs. We're going to find out, and we're going to add in our own color commentary as we go on. So if everyone's ready, if you're pumped and you're ready, get your drink or whatever it is you're drinking, and we are going to go through the top 10 reasons why Ahrefs is complete BS. Are you ready, George?
I'm ready.
He's ready. Boom. George egged me on. So that means everything I say is now justified. It's all George's fault. Okay. Number one, and I would agree, this is the number one reason why Ahrefs is BS. Overestimated backlink quality. Critics argue that Ahrefs sometimes overestimates the quality and value of backlinks, leading to misleading metrics about a site's true SEO performance. Boom! 110% true. Could not be truer. Nailed it. The problem with Ahrefs mostly is that it thinks links are still the major ranking signal. And so it's all about links. Hence it's in the name, Ahrefs. Href is the attribute that you use in an A tag. A space href equals, and that's the target of the link where you point the clicks to. That's in the very name. And so obviously all they care about is links, because back in the day when Ahrefs started, it was a great tool because links were a huge signal. They were the main signal. Not the only signal. They've never been the only signal, but they were the main signal for sure. I fully admit, for a good 10 years there. Are they now? No. Even Google has admitted that links are not even in the top 3 in terms of powerful ranking factors. And so because Ahrefs is completely and utterly, I wouldn't say based upon links, I'd say fetishizing links the way that the rest of the SEO industry does, because Ahrefs has the marketing dollars to bamboozle and brainwash you all. F you, Ahrefs. That you think links is still the thing. And of course, the rest of the SEO industry says it's the case because they've built every single system they have. They've tooled every single sales process they have to sell you more crap links that are not going to work so you can track them in Ahrefs and be scratching your head and be wondering, oh, why the fuck aren't I ranking? Because you listen to the stupid SEOs out there and you listen to Ahrefs. And that's the reason why.
Yep. I was going to also say that along the same lines. So Ahrefs, SEMrush, Moz, those three big boys, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, they all have their backlink metric or metrics.
Yes.
What's funny about that, and we know, you know, most of the folks that I'm in my circle know, I don't know about everyone else watching, but those metrics can be gained.
Of course.
So, you know, people talk about DA and PA and, you know, all these other things, yeah. DR, for, you know.
I think that's Chris Kemper's, Chris Kemper from Germany. Oh, get to do chopper.
Is it Austria? Anyway.
There you go. See, that's why I have
Anyway,
George on the show, because he keeps me honest. He's like, actually, Josh, that was Arnold Schwarzenegger's accent, and he's Austrian, technically not German. So technically that accent was BS. Josh, you're BS.
Anyway, those can be gamed. So when you go and you buy a link, when you go and you see a website, you say, oh, I want to get a link from there because they have a high, backlink rating. It doesn't mean anything.
No.
There's an argument to be said that it means more than zero, sure. But that's also not saying a lot.
No, no. If you're going to take a road trip from Chicago to Minneapolis and it rains in China, butterfly flaps its wings in China. That's more than a zero chance of affecting your trip, but it's like a point,
it's more than zero.
Many zeros to 1% chance of affecting your trip because, of the chaos theory and the way that weather works of cause and effect across the globe. A butterfly flapping its wings in China is about as useful a metric as DA, DR, PA, Moz rank, Moz great, this, that. It's all BS because you're not getting a link on the index page. The only thing that matters is the page rank of the page you're getting the link from, aka why it's called page rank, and that's what they called it in 98. When about I started doing SEO as well, they called it page rank because you're getting the juice from the page. So the DA doesn't really matter that much because you don't know how the site internally linked to that page either, or is flowing all the link juice, both internal or external, to that final page. But anyway, so that's all a bunch of BS. F you, AHREFS. Anyway, overestimated backlink quality is the main reason why AHREFS is complete and utter BS. Complete and utter BS. A waste of money, stealing your money, snake oil, waste of money, complete BS. The second reason is another huge one. Inaccurate keyword difficulty scores. Boom! Omni nailed it again. The keyword difficulty scores provided by AHREFS may not always be accurate, which is the understatement of this century, causing users to misjudge the effort required to rank for specific keywords. Now, George, here's a skill testing question for you, to which you can answer in any way, including F you, Josh. If we have a system, like AHREFS, that is basing its entirety of its SEO difficulty or its entire of its SEO ranking factors on links, and they try to provide a difficulty score, how well is that going to work, given that links aren't even one of the top three main factors?
Well, I didn't want to bring it up too early.
Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna skip to number 3 for a quick second.
Okay, sure.
The expensive pricing, right? That AHREFS pricing are considered to be expensive, particularly for small business and individual users, making it less accessible compared to other SEO tools. Wink, wink.
Yes.
There is a profit motive in providing a keyword difficulty score that is based off of, if you go up just a little bit, go up a little bit on the screen, just go up a little bit, overestimated backlink quality. Those things are all loop around, right? It's the infinite loop of, if I say, hey, backlinks are great, if I give you a difficulty score based on said estimated backlink, then guess what? I can say that you are not doing well because you did not meet my metrics. Therefore, you should pay me a bunch of money for this special privilege. Pay money to have the special privilege to get the data that just tells you that, this inflated backlink quality is hurting you.
Right. And so all you need to do is just buy more AHREFS and buy more backlinks. The reason why you're not ranking is because you just haven't bought enough backlinks. It's not that our keyword difficulty score is completely inaccurate, which it is, but it's because you just haven't bought enough backlinks and enough of our services and our special tool things yet, right? You're completely right. You're totally right. I hadn't thought of that. It is, of course, a completely self-fulfilling closed loop of rip-offness, of snake oil. It's the closed loop of snake oil. It's actually fairly depressing. Actually, now that you mention it, it's even more depressing than I thought it was. F you, AHREFS. So the inaccurate keyword difficulty scores. And if you're like, well, Josh, how do you know the keyword difficulty scores are inaccurate? I know for two reasons. One, I know that links aren't the largest factor that exists. Therefore, because this difficulty score is Google has admitted it, and also I do SEO for a regular basis, so I know this for a fact. Also tested it. Although there are ways of doing this that actually you can get it to work. All you need to do is email me at joshpaczynski@gmail.com. Otherwise, you're going to get your site hit by a spam penalty So if you want this, the thing that I'm highlighting right now, email me at joshpaczynski@gmail.com, but I'm not going to say it out loud because the AI is listening. But if you want this, email me at joshpaczynski@gmail.com, and I can definitely help you get that. That'll actually work. However, the rest of the industry barely knows what that is or how to do it properly, and they're getting nailed all over the place, and people are leaving SEO like crazy. And the difficulty scores that they do, and no wonder, because not only is this BS, but then they base all their difficulty scores on the backlinks only. So one, theoretically, I know that this is going to be wrong, just theoretically speaking. But two, I've actually practically tested it. I've tested this. We've gone into AHREFS and we checked what the difficulty was for, say, pirate costumes. It was only 8. Go back in the videos. We've done this already. George, if you have a AHREFS account, I sure as hell don't. I'm not paying them any money. But if you have an AHREFS account, we can do this live right now if you have it. But if you don't, that's fine. In a past video, we checked the keyword pirate costumes, and the keyword difficulty score in AHREFS was only an 8. We checked pirate costumes in our SEO Copilot system here in Keyword Discovery, where you find the actual ranking opportunities and where you can actually see how tough or how easy various niches are with an actual real metric, looking at real actual data of the different things here. So this is a much more reliable, much more thorough, advanced AI, which is doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, at least a 12, if not a 16 or 17 point difficulty analysis, and can tell how hard or how easy it would be to rank for something with a much greater degree of certainty. It said that pirate costumes was 80% harder than the rest of the internet, or something along those lines, 74% harder than the rest of the internet, not 8% difficulty. And this is totally true. This is the second reason why AHREFS is complete and utter BS. Complete and utter BS. Their difficulty scores are completely out of whack. Check any difficulty score. I challenge you out there. Check any difficulty score in AHREFS and then sign up for the free version of SEO Copilot and check here in SEO Copilot, put it right in here, see what the both the keyword revenue ballpark would be of the money you'd make in it. Because that's the second important thing. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day how tough the keyword is if you don't know how much money, generally speaking, is behind it. Why are you trying to rank for weight loss clinic in San Francisco, California, when there's way less money behind it? Now, this number is probably a bit off by a factor of maybe even 1,000 or 100. It probably is on average 2,800, the lifetime value of a customer they get, probably, or closer to that. So that's fine. I fully admit that this is a guess. This is total guesswork. But it is an apples to apples comparison of how much money is behind ranking for web hosting generally in the world versus ranking just for a weight loss clinic in only San Francisco. But you can make a decision here. You can go, okay, well, look I'm going to sort by what's easiest and see what makes the most money. Okay, beekeeping is it's 3% easier than the rest of the internet, over 1.5 million data points I have to make that score for you now, of comparison of average, easy, tough, very tough, not recommended. I have over 1.5 million data points to back that up now. So it's highly, highly accurate. And this guesstimate is pretty good. It's pretty good. So did you know that beekeeping could make such money? This is a far better niche to get into. Far, far better than, say, Google services, which includes marketing services, ads, stuff like that. Financial services, very tough overall on average, even though it makes a lot more money. Although you could go through in financial services and you could be like, okay, well, what's the easiest ones? And you start at the easiest ones. Look at this, CFP Financial Planner. Average, minus 11% easy, 73,000 estimated rough ballpark dollars per month. Rank for CFP Financial Planner, it's up 286% this year. That is a lot of searches and a lot of money. 0.45 million searches a month. That is a lot of money behind here.
Well, now that you told everyone, now it's going to jump up.
Yeah, don't worry.
The ad competition is going to go through the roof now.
Yes, don't worry. In the tune of The Great Simpsons, have no fears, we got niches for years. That was have no fears, we got stories for years. Like when Marge becomes a robot.
Yes.
We have
showing
niches.
Your age.
I am showing my age. Do you see the gray in this beard? Do you see the gray in this beard? I have no fucking clue what a Rick and Morty is, but I know who said dough. So, yeah, you can use my wisdom, use my age and my wisdom. And this is the key to SEO. The key to SEO, which is why we start here in the beginning, is finding the ranking opportunities. The vast much, should you rank for red apples or best red apples? Which one should you go for? Should I get into the weight loss niche, or should I be in the travel niche, or should I be in the investing niche? Which one should I go for? How much should I charge my client? What should I tell my boss we should be trying to rank for? Find the ranking opportunities. It is the most important SEO move you can make. And getting back
real quick on that note that you mentioned, how much should we charge our clients? That is huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge.
For sure.
Because you have to understand the idea of, like, if you say, well, I live in the United States, if I live in San Francisco, right? Do I really want to go off to somebody who's doing weight loss clinic? Can they afford me just for me to even be able to get a McDonald's every morning or every afternoon or whatever? Shouldn't be eating McDonald's, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. When we drill down, I know what you're saying completely. When we drill down, it's really up this year. The ad competition is low, so that means the buying intent is pretty low. So we did a 1-to-2 ratio on the Google Ads average CPC, and then we took 30% of 90 and took 5% of that, and then multiplied 5%, and we increased 5% by 623 to get the whopping $35 you might make. Now, but I guarantee this is off because I know medical weight loss stuff makes more money. I would times this by 100 just roughly. But it is a good general idea. Like if you did weight loss clinic San Francisco versus weight loss clinic Los Angeles, or weight loss clinic San Jose, or weight loss clinic New York. Like if you are not limited to this area because you're not doing SEO for a particular area, or if you want to know what to build as client, or you're trying to build a rank and rent site, you can start comparing apples to apples, those cities, and that would be a very useful metric. And this would be a very useful metric of how tough it is. It is crucial to know this, because at the end of the day, successful SEO all comes down to maximizing your final ROI, your final return on investment. The person who ranks number one is not the person who wins in SEO. I'll say that again. The person who wins in SEO is not the person who ranks number one. It's the person who has optimized their business process. It is the person who has optimized their return on investment. They spend the least amount of time doing the smartest moves to get the absolute best keyword that is easiest to rank for, that will make them the most money, soonest, faster, easier. That is the final ROI. I don't care if it took you 2 years to rank for liquid web DDoS. It was a dumb move to try to rank for it to begin with. It's very tough and makes no money. You should have went for this one, Bluehost, as just as an example, or website hosting, or something like that. It was also very tough, but there's a way more money behind it. Actually, if in such a hard niche, what you should do is go down here and click the get more keyword data for the keyword discovery. Just keep clicking checking the difficulty until you've got tons of these, and then resort, and then build the easiest pages that will make the most sense when you're going after web hosting in general. That's a general idea at the very, very top. Like, okay, the general idea is web hosting. Then what will the index page idea be? In this step, you're doing a lot of analysis on checking the difficulty. Once you've done that, you build the index page, then you build a flat linking structure to all the various other pages that are easy. And you found them by checking it here. And that's how you build out that site. Whether it's rank and rent, or whether it's digital real estate, you're just going to sell it at a 2.5 revenue. You can use our metrics for a 2.5 revenue. That's another reason why AHREFS is bunk, by the way. F you AHREFS or SEMrush, because the money that people say behind it is bullshit. Our metric is, with a few exclusions, which I will fully admit, our metric is far, far better because we take into account what the actual Google economist said. Google actually has an economist on their payroll to do nothing but science. And they put out an official paper to peer-reviewed journals that on average, people make a 1-to-2 ratio of what they pay to what they make. So on average, people who pay for Bluehost at $11 make $22 on average. So we take that 1-to-2 ratio when the ads competition is low. Then we take 30% of this, ranking number one. Then we take 5% of that and modify the conversion rate 5% by how hot it is this year. So we take 5% down by 15%, and that's how you get this number, which is not that bad of a number. I guarantee you, if you rank for website hosting, number one, you're going to make some fucking money. I guarantee you. That's why it's 78% harder than the rest of every SEO query, with 1.5 million data points and hundreds more added every single day, if not thousands more, actually thousands more added every single day. To rank for that, you'd have to knock off, I don't know, Hostinger, Bluehost.
That guy.
Yeah. TechRadar. This Forbes article. Here you go. Make your own Forbes article and do a parasite page. Boom. And knock this one off. You won't make 23,000. You're going to get like 5% of the traffic. You're going to make less than this, obviously, because this is assuming the number one ranking. But you're still going to make 10,000 or so, or 5,000, 10,000 to rank there. Would you like to have a keyword ranking on page one that's making you 5 to 10 grand a month? Who would not like that on average? Who wouldn't like that? It would be very easy to monetize this. So it's still possible, even though it's very tough. You need to look in to see, is there a parasite page here I can use as a leg up? Yep. Okay. Thank you. So anyway, getting back to this, those keyword difficulty scores are going to save your business. Those are keyword difficulty scores you can rely on. They're going to save your business, that are much, much more accurate. I fully admit there's some gray areas, but they are much, much more accurate. Gray areas in terms of money. They're much, much more accurate in terms of, I mean, if you rank and rent it, then you can only rent it out for like $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month, whatever they're willing to pay. You ask them, what's your lifetime value of a single customer? You give it to them free for a month. You rank it, and you give it, then you cold call a bunch of people. You give it George's hated thing he mentioned today. That's the only bad part about rank and rent. Ranking is easy. You rank it, easier theoretically. You rank it, and you start collecting leads, and you say, okay, and you cold call people and say, listen, I've got 50 leads here. I have no way to monetize it. I'll give them to you for free. Do you want these leads? The only string attached is that if you like them, then we can discuss a rental of the page, and all the leads will forward it to you. Just like you're renting a billboard. I'll rent you this page. All the leads will forward to you, and you can rent me whatever you think is fair for the lifetime value of the 10% of the customers you'll make. And so if they make 23 grand or 50 grand off that, they pay you 5 grand a month. That's the 10%. You can negotiate that, right? So that's rank and rent, or you sell the site. You sell it for 2.5 revenue. Okay, you're like, fine, 2.5, the 23,000 here. So, I sell it for 70 grand, move on. That's not
next
bad.
Site.
That's not bad. That's
do it again, because the next person's going to mess it up anyway.
Yeah. Yes. The person you sell it to is going to mess it up. So build another site and do it again.
Same niche, and keep on doing it.
They're going to completely mess it up, unless, of course, they're going to mess up their Forbes page. They're going to try putting some shit links to it or something, or over optimize.
According to AHREFS.
Yes, they're going to go into AHREFS. They're going to go into AHREFS. They're going to change everything based on, this page is totally wrong according to AHREFS.
Why doesn't this guy have 10 million links? I should have 10 million links.
Yeah.
Let me buy it from 10 million links for $1 store.
10 million links for $1. Yes, that's a great idea. Let's fire up SE Nuke. And I'm dissing my old self in my old days. Let's fire up SE Nuke and point it at that and see what happens. Probably nothing, actually, but it'd be hard to negative SEO that page. But would you rather rent it for $5,000 a month or sell it for $70,000? You should rather rent it for $5,000 a month, because you do the math. After a year, you've made a lot more. Well, no, actually, you've made 60 grand. But after 2 years, you've made more. After 14 months, you've made the same amount, and then you're getting more money. More money. Okay. So this is the reason, guys. You have to use a tool that has actual keyword difficulty in it. AHREFS is complete and utter BS. Don't use it. Don't use it. Don't use my tool if you don't like me. Fine. I don't fucking care. But don't use AHREFS. The last thing you should do is use AHREFS, because it is completely and utterly wrong. Wrong. Now, the third reason that AHREFS is complete BS is, did we mention it costs many hundreds of dollars per month to use? I don't know what it is now. What is AHREFS pricing here? AHREFS pricing. Plans and pricing. The light version is $129 a month, standard $249, advanced $449. And what do you not get in the light version? You don't get a whole bunch of stuff that you would need to use to make it useful at all. You need the $250 a month. And if you're like, Josh, well, how come so many people use it? Because there's a lag time. There is a lag time between people signing up for this and the rankings crashing and failing and them being like, why did that happen? And they never thought, because the data you originally used from AHREFS is complete bullshit to begin with.
Yeah.
It's too far away from the end. They're like, oh, maybe I did my pillar posts wrong, which is another BS thing. FU pillar posts. We're going to be doing that one very soon. Or maybe I did my topical clusters wrong, which is another horseshit complete thing. Another BS thing that I've got a bone to pick with that. I'll be doing it. It's too far away from the time of failure. Time of start to time of failure, it's too far away in the rational chain. They've forgotten they used the crap data to begin with. They built their house on turds, and then they're surprised when the house slips and falls because it's built on turds. You heard me, turds. Absolute turd data. Shit data. And you had to pay a lot of money to get it.
Yeah, I will say that, like, when it comes to AHREFS and its data, I think it's interesting that they do have so much of it. Mm-hmm. To many of the points that we're making today, I think it's organized wrong, but they do have a lot of data. And if you are one to be able to decipher it a little bit better, to filter it and sort it better than what they suggest, all that data can mean something, right? Like, but I wouldn't look at any of their measuring of said data. Mm-hmm. But the data itself, I mean, one could argue that it might be worth it, maybe, but that's a big maybe, because you have to be in the right industry, this, that, and the other, to support them trying to match Google and how much data they have, but they'll never catch up. So honestly, if you could pull that data yourself, which is relatively possible, or go to other applications and softwares, wink, wink, that, probably organize it better anyway. Use them instead.
Yeah, no, I mean, no shade to AHREFS about the amount of data they crawl and amount of data they have. However, complete and utter shade to AHREFS and how they decide to categorize it and what they think is important to show you, right? And here's the problem, is that you need to know what's good in SEO first before then looking at the data and finding if it affirms or denies your hypotheses. Whereas if you start with AHREFS and they're like, well, make more links because links is important, you're going to fail every single time now. And you don't realize it was AHREFS' fault that set you on that path to begin with, because both the whole SEO industry is brainwashed by AHREFS. Make more links. Oh, we all failed. Oh, I guess we have to buy ads. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if AHREFS and Google were in fucking cahoots with each other, because AHREFS makes you fail, then you send more money to Google. That's what happens. And here's the problem, however, is that 99.9% of people in SEO don't know what the actual ranking factors are. Therefore, they're going to go to AHREFS, they're going to or SEMrush too, FU SEMrush, and all these other tools. They're going to be like, oh, well, we have a link metric. Well, I guess links are important. And they're just going to assume that and move on, right? And it's turd at the bottom of their assumptions of what the ranking factors are. It's turd in how they track it and show it to you. And it's turd in the result. Don't eat AHREFS turds. Don't be a turd. So again, I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm saying controversial things, but I've made a career of saying controversial things. Don't believe me? Watch my TEDx talk. Just ask people online what they think of me, and they're going to give you a 5-minute litany as to why they don't like me. And that's because they're all morons. That's why. But people who like data and people who like winning like me, they like me a lot. And that's why I made SEO Copilot, to do that, to actually win and to get some actual rankings. Anyway, none of that matters. This is what matters. AHREFS costs too much money. AHREFS is BS. F you, AHREFS. It costs way too much money for data that's put in a shitty way, and most of the data don't matter. They do not matter at all. Outgoing links, site structure, all this crap. Well, site structure is not bad if you knew actually how to make a good one, but otherwise, it'll just tell you what's there. It won't tell you what to do there. All this stuff is crap. Mostly crap.
I don't need to pay $250 to look at site structure.
Yes. It could be done for far, far cheaper.
I can just look at the site, right? Mm-hmm. I can just look at the site, right?
Yes. You click around 3 times, and then you have the general site structure. You get the sense of what is going on. Look in Search Console. It'll tell you all the data you need. You can get it for free. I can get you this stuff for free or very cheap in SEO Copilot. So right now, I'm telling you, if you're like, okay, Josh, fine, we hear you. I'm going to go through 7 more points, but we hear you, I guess, as to why AHREFS is BS. But then what do we do? email me. I will tell you. And I will tell you right now. 1, use SEO Copilot. 2, go back and watch some of my free videos. 3, join my free course I run every Friday. Let me show you. At the bottom left, you see SEO Copilot training. And you click on this, and you see a calendar. You go to the calendar, and you click on it. And every second Friday, I do a free course. The next one is coming up at the end of May, May 31st. Join it, and I will tell you. I will tell you how to do SEO Copilot. I will tell you how to get the data you need. I will tell you how to get things for free. I will tell you. The best way to get this information is I'm also going to be doing paid tell-all versions of that. So go to the paid tell-all and I'll really tell you, or go to the SEO Copilot and I'll give you strong hints and I'll tell you everything about SEO Copilot, the on-page process. And or join SEO University. Email me at joshpashinsky@gmail.com. You can be like George, a complete and utter hero and success in their area. You can join SEO University and you can succeed and you will succeed. Email me at joshpashinsky@gmail.com. I will give you $150 per month back in your pocket if you're also an SEO Copilot customer as well. That is a 50% discount. $150 back in your pocket if you're an SEO Copilot customer as well. So a huge discount for SEO Copilot customers. Now, let's finish us off here. Why are the other 7 reasons why AHREFS is BS? Number 4, the data is good for global users, as George very rightly pointed out. However, for smaller regions, the horseshit data and the horseshit importance of the data is of horseshit quality for smaller regions. The 4th reason why they're completely overpriced and complete and utter BS. Number 5, the overemphasis on backlinks. Some users feel that AHREFS places too much emphasis on backlinks, neglecting other important aspects of SEO like content quality and user experience. Duh. There are other ranking factors which are far more important, which we mentioned. Oh, did we mention number 6? The white hats out there who have no idea what they're doing, they index the links slowly.
I'm going to have to, on this one right here, I think it's a little interesting. I think it's unfair. It's true, but I think it's unfair.
It's true, but unfair. Oh, damn. I thought we were going to have some pushback.
I mean, it's, I moved to the side about that. No,
you steps to the left.
I think it's a little unfair because it's like, well, I mean, yeah, it's going to be slow indexing. Of course it's slow indexing. You know how big the internet is. I mean,
yes.
You know, I mean, sure, Google can index your page in a day, right? Give or take.
Mm-hmm. And they do if you have a trusted site. If Google's not indexing your page within 24 hours, there's something seriously wrong with what you're doing. Email me at joshpashinsky@gmail.com and I will definitely help you. But continue.
So if you don't have a problem with your site, should AHREFS be able to do what Google does? No, 100% no. So to say it's slow indexing, the question would be as to what metric, and the metric would be against Google, and Google can do it in 24 hours. I don't think that AHREFS is ever going to be able to do that.
No, that's a really good point. That's kind of a point of like, people are like, well, how come I don't have a Victoria's Secret model wife? Because you don't. How come I can't throw 3-pointers from the half line? Because you can't. How come? This is like a little bit of user dissatisfaction that just kind of is rampantly out there on the internet of like, well, how come they can't index the whole internet right away? Because it's impossible. They never could. And see, that's another thing why AHREFS is BS. F you, AHREFS. Because they fixated you on links. And you're like, oh, we're on link crack. Give us our new links. We need to know what links we were made. Links are the only ranking factor. I'm spending all my time and all my money on links and all the other ranking factors that exist, that even the rest of the SEO industry knows exists. And you guys know other ranking factors exist than links. Even if you want to haggle with Google about what they fully publicly admitted was the ratio, that links wasn't even the top 3 anymore. I'll tell you what the top 3 is. Email me at joshpashinsky@gmail.com. But you guys, again, even the discussion of the indexing of links being here means that everyone's fixated on links. And again, that's AHREFS screwing you for a lot of money per month. Screwing you and making you pissed off that they don't even give you the links. The links that they said were so important, they can't even give you that fast because it's just technically impossible.
I want to add one more thing to this because it stuck out in my head. It's slow indexing of new links, which begs the question of old links.
Yeah. How often are they indexing those?
Oh, how often are they indexing those? How many do they even have? All of them, right? So, again, I'm not claiming to be like AHREFS and say links are a bunch of this is top 3, top 5, but I am going to say it's better than 0. And depending on the niche, you're probably going to need a couple, but quite literally just a couple.
Mm-hmm. Quite literally,
But
just a couple.
that being said, is Ahrefs going to even catch? Do they catch all of them? And the short answer is no, they don't. So,
No.
so if there is a metric, if there is I'm saying this facetiously, but if there is a metric, if there is a quantity, Ahrefs isn't going to be able to give it to you anyway because they don't have all the data.
Yeah, indeed. And here's the other problem that I thought of when you're talking about that is that because the indexing of links is going so slow as well, and we have no idea when existing links drop off, anyone who has that as the root theory in their SEO theory, their grand unified theory of ranking as to why, how, and when ranking works, there's too much lead time, right? It's like, oh, the link's pulled off here. Like, okay, so here's the time. You lose rankings here. You check Ahrefs, and they're like, oh, the link's pulled off here. So you're like, oh, it wasn't the links because I lost ranking here. But actually, Google noticed you're losing links here, and it could maybe factor into some of the reasons why you lost rankings, but you'd never know because of the slow indexing of Ahrefs, right? You'd never know because Ahrefs is doing this way too slowly to use this as any kind of tool. You can't use it proactively. You can't use it reactively. It's too slow. You can't use it proactively. Links is BS, and Ahrefs is BS, and the metrics they talk about links is BS, mostly. Although some links are important, but not a lot of them, right? They're not the main factor, right? Links being the main factor is BS. Ahrefs showing you how they do it is BS. Ahrefs making you focus on it and fetishize on it and only think about it is BS. And their indexing is BS. So reactively, you can't even use it. You can't diagnose and be like, I saw the links go down and my rankings went down at the same time. Therefore, it might be the links. You don't know that. You don't know that. You can't see that. You don't know that. They don't give you the data for that. And you pay out the nose to know nothing and be led astray. 7, here's another kind of like the user whining complaint. It has a complex user interface. But actually, I'm going to push back on myself. That's not a whiny complaint. A complex user interface is actually important. You know why they have a complex user interface? They have a complex user interface because they're giving you all this data. They're tripping over themselves to package the data in a slightly different way and sell it to you. It's like, do you like this cheeseburger? Oh, well, maybe if we put a spray paint at the top and put your name on it, maybe now you like the cheeseburger now. It's the same cheeseburger that's bad for you, but they just are going to repackage it and put it in different ways and look at different stuff. Almost none of this is important for rankings. Almost none of this is important for rankings. It is complete and utter BS.
Yeah, for anyone who knows the fast food chain In and Out, they have like 5 items on their menu. It's like a hamburger, cheeseburger, and like a double cheeseburger or something like that, right? Like in fries. Like that's all it is. Like, but you don't need a lot to be satisfied and satiated and have a good meal. And it's cheap, right? So what does it take the analogy is, what does it take to have a good meal, right? I.e., what does it take to get good data? And it doesn't take all these flipping data, or all these like different features and functions and things like that. It's like, arguably some of it can be built in, like, do I need to specify, what percentage of fat is in my burger? Do I need to specify if I have sesame seeds on my bun or not? Do I need to pay an extra 50 cents for that anyway? Blah, blah, blah. It goes on and goes on if you really want to think about it.
Yeah.
So what I'm suggesting is, it's complex because they make it complex. It's complex because they want to charge you the extra dollar for the extra feature that may or may not matter.
Yeah, the convoluted user experience and the convoluted packages are an illusion for complexity and depth. It's just convoluted, right? Repackaging the same thing, links, and looking at it 5 different ways is 5 different ways of looking at the not most important factor and the factor you shouldn't be focusing on the most. And that's not really that important, which is mostly complete horseshit anyway, that you're doing wrong and going to get it wrong and going to get penalized anyway. Algorithmically, you never know because they don't send manual actions anymore, and you don't even have a disavow file anymore. Don't you love that? Yeah. So Google's like, thanks, dumb SEOs, for putting pages in the disavow file. We can machine learn for spam brain, and now we don't need you anymore. Now anyone who had a knee-jerk reaction, F you SEO industry, anyone who had a knee-jerk reaction of putting URLs in the disavow file, as now anything vaguely like that, whether it was spammy or not, Just too many people put it in there because they're like, this is a bad link. I'm scared. Google. Now you fucked it for the rest of us. Now you fucked it for yourself and the rest of us. And way to go. Kudos. Very, very good job.
Well, the SEO industry, in large part, the white hats, will they ever understand that Google is not your friend?
Yes.
Like they're not here to help you. No. They're just not.
No, they're not.
And you have to understand that again, my definition of the difference between black hat and white hat is black hat is any thought, motion, dream of ranking better is black hat. Google just wants you to, without thought, create pages and let them do everything.
Let them monetize it. Yeah.
Let them do everything, right? So
it's not your website; it's their website. They're going to monetize through their AIs, right, through their search engine, through their ads, whether you bought them or not.
Right. So for people to think, oh yeah, I'm putting in a disavow file, that's going to help me out. No, it was only there to help them. It was only there to cartel, especially early on, to quote unquote cartel the black hats out there that were gaming the system. Well, you should have been gaming it.
Everybody buys links,
and you should have been gaming it because that's what this is.
It's their game, not your game.
Yeah. Right. It's their game. It's your game. It's their game, but it's still your game to play.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. I play the game. I don't know about every other white hat. I play the game. The data is there, for us to manipulate and say, hey, if I do X, Y, Z, will I rank better? Yes or no? Oh, I do. Okay. Well, I'm going to do it. Guess what? That's black hat.
Yeah. Oh, you're trying to get ahead in life. You're trying to actually make some money and have a job and work from home. That's black hat. You can't do that. This is Google's internet. Now go make more pages for them to train on their AI so they can answer on the main page.
Pay $129 for your hobby license of AHREFS.
Yes, pay $129 to pay homage to an industry which is dead. Okay, so let's look at the final reasons why AHREFS is complete BS. A lack of comprehensive site audit features. Yes, AHREFS site audit capabilities are sometimes seen as less comprehensive compared to other dedicated SEO tools, missing out on detailed technical insights. Now, here's some very interesting things they mentioned here. One, they don't have a comprehensive site audit feature. I am making an AI-based audit system that is going to blow every other audit system out of the water. It's going to be unlike anything anyone has ever seen. Until such time as I have this, let's just talk about what exists now. What exists now is basically free technical audits, just technical audits, crawling. That's it. It crawls, tells you some technical things. They don't know what SEO is. They don't know what to tell you that you did wrong, right? I've been doing SEO for 30 years. I know what to tell you that's been wrong, or close to 30 years, 28-ish so years, whatever that is. So yeah, they're totally right that there's a lack of comprehensive site audit features, missing out on detailed technical insights, assuming that technical SEO is the only kind of SEO. Here's another thing that is going to make a bunch of jaws drop, probably. Technical SEO is BS. Technical SEO accounts for 2% of ranking, maybe, if that, unless you have it done completely wrong, like you've disallowed everything in your robots text.
No indexed.
Yeah, you've no indexed everything. Aside from those two small issues, somehow you've blocked the crawler. Otherwise, technical SEO is mostly complete and utter BS. Or your site is so slow that it can't answer it. But still, again, mostly complete BS. Like 5% of it is important. And the huge importance, as you can see, because it put it here, and this is right, the whole SEO industry thinks this is so important. Technical SEO is 95% BS.
I'm going to push back a little bit, just a little bit. Well, I'm probably not pushing back. I don't know. Anyway, technical SEO, love it to death because I'm a geek. But like the couple of instances that you mentioned, right? Like, index something, disallow a bunch of things. Your page speed is so slow that, your grandma loses patience over it. Those sort of things. Like, while it's not, there's like this is threshold, right? Where like, say like page speed, for instance, right? Like, do you have to be at 100% everything, for you to rank number one? No. But if it's at zero, then it's like, well, of course you need that, right? So yeah. I don't know. It's like, is it needed? Yes. But past a certain threshold, not at all.
Not at all.
I guess again, they'll say I'm pushing back a little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, I appreciate it. This is hard-hitting journalism, folks. You have nothing here but the truth with no slant whatsoever. F you, AHREFS. There's no slant here whatsoever. Okay. Let's look at the last reasons why Ahrefs is complete and utter horseshit. Reliance on estimated metrics. Duh. Many of Ahrefs metrics, such as traffic estimates and keyword rankings, are based on estimations rather than real-time data, leading to potential inaccuracies.
That I did not know that. That is a kind of a shocker to me, actually, because I would hope that, again, for $129 for a hobby account, they can get me some real data.
Well, hold on. Let's see. Okay, this point. Prove this. Give me citations for this, please. Searching the web. Booms. It says Ahrefs relies on estimated metrics for many of its features, such as traffic estimates and keyword rankings. This reliance can lead to inaccuracies for several reasons. Estimation nature. Ahrefs estimates search traffic by analyzing the keywords for keywords a site ranks for their search volumes, which inherently involves a margin of error. For instance, Ahrefs traffic estimations can deviate up to 49%, 50% from actual data, meaning it can misreport a website's traffic by up to half its true value. This comes from this page, Ahrefs itself, admitting it, and this page, which was going to be Ahrefs again, admitting that, we can be up to 50% off on that, by the way. Did you know that? Sorry.
I guess disclosure is a good thing.
Yes. CTR variability. The click-through rate, CTR predictions in Ahrefs are affected by numerous factors like search intent and SERP features, making it challenging to predict accurately. This complexity leads to variances between estimated and actual traffic data, which again is admitted by Ahrefs. Oh yeah, by the way, did you know that we rip you off entirely? And database updates. Significant updates to Ahrefs keyword database can cause substantial fluctuations to traffic estimations. Yes, all of a sudden their data will change. It'll be off by like thousands sometimes. For example, a database update can have the estimated search volume for a keyword, drastically altering the traffic estimate for websites ranking for that. Again, and that's whenever they decide to make an update, as they rip you off with the too high a price. Comparison with competitors, Ahrefs often shows a median deviation in traffic estimates, but this deviation is generally smaller than that by some competitors. F you, SEMrush, you're just as bad, which overestimates traffic by as much as 200%, as said by these people, Authority Hacker. And they tell you the methodology here. You can go and read it and see the graphs and see if it's true. Correlation with actual data. While Ahrefs estimates have a strong correlation with real data, they still rely on estimations, which introduces a level of inaccuracy, as admitted by them. Search volume, historical data, discrepancies in niche, dependence on clickstream, complex estimation models, all can be off, as they fully admit. F you, Ahrefs. Oh, and by the way, did you know that because they're such a giant company charging you so much, they couldn't give a flying fuck about answering your customer support? Did you know that they're like, we've got all your money. We're just going to keep all your money and keep telling you links are really important. Or look at this other way we've sorted the link values. Now you need a new tier level to get access to it. And so, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this roast as much as we have. Usually in a roast is the time when they'll say, but really, you're actually great, Tom Brady, blah, blah, blah. We love you so much. I don't. Fuck you, Ahrefs. You're complete and utter horseshit. You're ripping people off. It pisses me off. I've taken on much bigger targets than you. I don't give a two shits what you have to say about me. F you, Ahrefs. This is my opinion.
I wish I could say something nice about Ahrefs, and I would be able to, and I hope they're listening, if they lower their prices. I think if they lower the prices, then I could say something nice about them. Yeah. But $129 for the quote unquote hobbyist. What is it? What do you mean hobbyist? What's a hobbyist do with Ahrefs? Like, what are they doing as a hobby with Ahrefs?
Yes, no doubt.
No, there's no such thing as if you have a hobby site, you still want traffic to support your hobby. I don't know how to say it.
I think the only thing useful for Ahrefs is putting a site in and seeing rough estimations, which, as you just saw, can be as much as 50% wrong as to what they're ranking for and how much the search traffic they're getting and those kinds of things.
But if you own the site, then I guess competitor analysis would be the thing, but 50% off is way too much to warrant, any true competitor analysis at that point. If you're concerned about that.
And again, if you don't know what factors to look for, then you can't do any competitive analysis. So Ahrefs, again, is just choosing some bullshit things to show you some gussied up crap. They put crap in a dress and they put it in a chair and say, here, look, doesn't she look nice? It's crap. It was crap to begin with. $129 for crap data based on partly wrong data of even wrong metrics you shouldn't have been looking at to begin with is crap upon crap of crap.
Yep.
So you've heard it here first, folks. AHREFS is BS. The bone has been picked. So do you agree? Do you disagree? You can put it in the comments down below the description if you like. Otherwise, if you want to know how to do true SEO, email me at joshbachynski@gmail.com. But in all seriousness, guys, if you're tired of being ripped off and you want your SEO to actually work, so now I'm being completely serious. I'm not being facetious. If you're tired of being ripped off, if you're tired of being lied to by the SEO industry, if you're tired of trying and failing, if you're tired of putting all your hopes and heart and dreams into a page or into a site only to see it fail because it was based off of the BS of the SEO industry in general and just the rumors that, oh, AI content is bad. Like they have no idea. They have no idea. They're grasping at straws entirely. And if you're tired of paying too much money for a tool that does not help you in any way, shape, or form, that doesn't have good customer service, the data can be as much as 50% off, and it was crap data of crappy signals that don't have anything to SEO anymore to do with anymore anyway, then try out SEO Copilot. Sign up for the free version and go to the free course. No money, no credit card needed, and I will teach you how to actually have a career in SEO. You can ask George, email him, is Josh legit? Whatever, is he full of crap? Whatever. And I have no idea what George will say, but I presume he will say, because he's been with me in SEO University since the very beginning, he sees the careers that are getting built there. People build SEO careers in SEO University. Look at the wins. Go to bit.ly/SEO proof. Look at the enormous amount of wins we have per pretty much every month, unless I get lazy and don't post any. Pretty much every single month, we have wins upon wins upon wins upon wins. Whether you believe that or not, I don't really care. This is not a sales pitch. I'm just saying I've been in this industry a very, very long time, and I do honestly feel for the people who are trying to get in it now or have tried to get in it, period, all the time. Because SEO is far too difficult now to rely on rumor and hearsay and innuendo. And it's a shame that there are still snake oil salesmen like AHREFS and SEMrush and Moz, for that matter, who have no idea what actually goes on in SEO. They have no idea actually how to do it. They just take one single metric, which was important 15 years ago. They charge you an arm and a leg of 5 or 6 different ways to look at the same data, which is also 50% off from what they think is important. And what they thought was important is not even important to begin with, or nowhere near as important as other factors. This is a recipe for disaster. This is a recipe for you losing your shirt and breaking your heart of being disappointed that the SEO venture you're trying to do just to make some money for yourself and get by in the world fails because of the rumors and the BS of the general SEO industry and AHREFS in particular. That's why I'm calling out AHREFS, and I'm going to be calling out a lot more people. Make sure you subscribe to see what else I'm going to call out, what else I'm going to say. Like me, don't like me, fine. I don't care. Sign up for my stuff or not, fine. I don't care. Although I do honestly want to help people, and I could do it for free. Sign up for the free SEO Copilot for 2 weeks, and then go sign up for the free course. And I'll teach you there at least how to do one page and how you would do it, and the course is free. And then you can decide if I'm legit or not, or if I'm BS or not. You can sign up from there or not. I don't care. However, you cannot deny, whatever you think of me, you cannot deny that the SEO industry is full of rumor, it's full of innuendo, that there are major companies there that are just profiting off the ignorance of the SEO industry, or they don't know what true ranking factors are, because Google has made it that way, because Google doesn't want any of us doing SEO. They want us all to fail and to have to buy AdWords. So don't do that. I don't want to see you doing that. I want to see you succeed. I honestly want to see you succeed, and I want to see you get a job in SEO and have a career in SEO like I've had for the last 2 decades or so. So that's my honest opinion. I truly hope you succeed. I truly hope you don't have to go through the heartbreak of being fooled by the BS in the SEO industry. Get the facts, get the data, get the real information, and make educated decisions for yourself that will improve your livelihood. George, also on the note I was talking about there, do you have any other final comments, any final things? What are your final statements there, brother?
Most SEO tools are overrated. if you're getting charged an arm and a leg for it, there's probably some weirdness going on there. Any SEO tool worth of salt is priced at a point that allows you to actually use it and benefit from it, and doesn't make you feel the need to take out a small loan to figure it out, even, right?
Yeah.
Depending on the complexity of it as well.
I'll just jump in there. SEO Copilot is $54 per month for the 10-page per month price, and it's $144 per month, which is equivalent to the hobbyist price in Ahrefs for 100 pages per month, and that's the grandfather price that will never change, by the way. Just saying. Anyway, move on.
Here you go. Also, smaller developers are better.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's AHREFS. They had their time. They're at this point, they're sort of juicing a stone, if you will.
Yeah. Like the gas industry gouging gas prices on the way out because they know it's over.
Yeah. So, and people are going to continue to use it, to take it, to fall for it. And it's kind of sad, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we've shown people a new way of doing it, or at least amused you for an hour, however long we've been yammering on here. So that has been our show, the AHREFS is BS show. If you have any questions, comments, please put them down below. I will look at the comments, actually. Go ahead, ask any questions. Email me at josh.pachitsky@gmail.com. George, I see your emails there, but also please give your elevator pitch of how to contact you and what you can help them with.
You can find me at george@georgios.net, as you can see right here. Maybe that's my finger showing. Right here.
Somewhere.
The things that I specialize in is local SEO. So particularly if you're having troubles with your Google Maps, if you're stuck somewhere, if your client is stuck somewhere, give me a holler, and I'll see what we can do for you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Ask any questions, by all means, in the comments below, or email me at josh.pachitsky@gmail.com. Make sure you subscribe and check in for more of the secrets we will reveal about the SEO industry, and you too can be titillated and amused